Okay, so it depends. Completely on the meta that they've got set up. So if you want to play at dark gaming and win at dark gaming, like specifically, then you will need to study their meta and, you know, come up with viable tactics that are decent and exploit their weaknesses, because they do have plenty. Like, I've fought quite a few dark players and you know, none of them fucking really scared me, put it that way. And also, like, if you want to get good fundamentally at the game,
they have been a lot of things.
What do you mean? Can you use a Rod of Discord? Or is it banned? Is that banned? Yeah, see, the reason why that is because they don't want to spend the time invested in learning how to play the real PvP game. I can teach you how to play the real PvP game if you like, and it just, like, if you train like, you know, the way that we played, the dark gaming crew just seemed insignificant. You know, you just don't even bother with them. They're just nothing, basically. But in saying that, it's not easy. It's not just like, bang, you're fucking sick cunt. It takes effort and dedication to be good at anything. That's why I'm sitting here right now, doing this.
ONF, it constantly consists of bat hook and slimy saddle.
Yeah, gay. The real game consists of, like, teleporting and gravity flips with fucking portal guns. It's really next level. Like, slime hook, like fucking hooks and slime, that's slow. Like, that's basically playing the game on half speed. Of course they won't agree with that. In their mind, they play the highest level of Terraria that's ever invented. But that's the thing. See, nothing needs inventing.
I'm using gravity potions.
Yeah, good. Use the portal gun. Put the portal gun in your belt, and because as soon as you hold the portal gun, your weight increases, like, drastically. So you can just flip gravity and fall to space hell quickly.
But things like Rod of Discord and Portal Gun are banned.
Yeah, exactly, because that's how the game should, like, that's the top tier, like, that's why not many people could like, really kill me, you know, because I was like fucking portal gun speed. It's just like a gun versus a bow and arrow. There's no comparison. Are you allowed to use sniper rifle? Like, what sort of setups do they have? Is invisibility banned? Like, pretty much everything that's lethal will be banned, apart from what they like. And that's why I don't really like fucking, you know, manicured metas.
Meta are currently Paladin's Hammer and Tsunami with Venom Arrows. What weapons did you use?
Oh, you want to fucking... You'll definitely want...
You could use a sniper rifle.
Use fucking pulse bow, bro. Like, this will fuck them up. What you want to do is you want to use a pulse bow, right? Because pulse bow has 5 refractions, right? So if you like, and it does quite a significant amount of damage. And the people at Dark Gaming use shitty fucking armor and all that crap anyway, because everything's banned. Or does everyone use solar armor? Or like solar mixers? Like there are, what about Nebula Blaze EX, is that banned? Because you could just one-shot everyone with that. But it's like, you know, you go in pretty fucking fragile. It's all damage. Glass cannon.
Solar mixes.
Yeah. Well, they'll have high defenses then. So.
ONM. I'm going on now.
Oh yeah. Have you got a server where you can just generate your own items? What about prefixed armor? Does the server allow prefixed armor, or does it drop? There's a really killer build.
Prefix armor is legal.
Oh yeah, boy, that's sick.
But you have to hack it in.
Yeah, alright, so definitely get that then. Because there will be, all the people that play there, they will have prefixed armor. Make no mistake of it. It might not be said, but everyone does. Because if it's legal and you can get away with it, they are all doing it. I can promise you that. Alright, so I reckon what you should do is go for a fucking point click kill strategy, right?
How do you armor switch?
Armor switching.
And invisibility potion is allowed.
Oh, beautiful, mate, beautiful. Then I have the perfect build for you, sir. Alright? It's all you have to do is click on them twice and they will die. That is literally all you have to do. But it has to be timed correctly. Like it's like zoof, zoof. And if they know what's up, you might have to predict where they're going to try and evade. So, you know, you place in front of them like I don't know, fucking mines, like place mines around them. Rainbow crystal staff with a mixed set. You want, you want a full set of Valhalla armor for sure, boy. And you definitely, so you'll have to figure out what sort of damage you can get away with, like without letting on that you.
Valhalla banned.
Oh, really? That's why. What about titanium? Is titanium banned?
Arcade.
ONF.
Capcom
No.
Fighters Network.
Okay, good. Well then I'll teach you how to armor switch effectively. I can teach you how to play like I did, and I was virtually unkillable. So I can show you how I played, but it's going to be up to you to master the things that I show you, and also to add your own spin on it all, you know? Like, I can show you what I did, but you'll be doing what you do. The only thing will be that I will influence what you will be aiming for and why. Like, it's very important to understand what you are doing and why you're doing it. Like, that is fucking the core of anything and everything in any action or fucking anything at all, ever. Why am I eating this food? Because I am hungry. Like, it fucking has to be logical. Alright, and then once once you've understood, like, cause you've got to, if you're chasing petty shit like revenge or whatever, there's no benefit to that for you in the long term, you know? You want to make sure that you're spending your time on something that is going to be positive in your life. And that could be anything. Like, it doesn't have to be any one thing. Like, that's up to you to figure out. You know, just make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons, I guess. Because we're all petty in ways, but you can just swallow it and be like, good game, accept your double perfect ass whooping or whatever, and just carry on. Like, that's pretty much what you gotta do. Like, I was hard to kill in Terraria because I spent all of my time in the game trying not to die. Like, that is the fucking fundamental reason why I was just so incredibly hard to fucking kill. Was because for 10,000 hours I tried, like, desperately not to die ever. So play hardcore if you want to get really good at the game fast.
5-win streak in ranked match.
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight.
Okay, currently I'm using Chlorified Helmet, Solar Flare Chest Plate, and Vortex Leggings. I heard that Valhalla and Crystal Rainbow Staff was good from its ban.
You win.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that solar and vortex armor because it shows up, like it's vibrant.
You're close to your rank up.
Even when you're invisible, you can still see the shine of the light.
Round one. Fight.
What's the best wings to use for vanity?
Round two. Fight.
Ouch. GG.
You lose.
Best wings for vanity. I used, what was it? Either Jim's wings with Shadow Die.
ONF, I'm trying to find that perfect weapon to use too.
Fight.
Well, you can't use one perfect weapon, mate. You need to have a variety of them. That's the secret. But I'll show you how to use multiple weapons like easily, rather than it be so hard as you scrolling through your toolbar. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain way that you play, and it's got flaws and inherent problems with it, but it's just vastly superior. Like, you need to play with your inventory open always. So what you do as well is, before you open your inventory, you have your selection on Rod of Discord, right? So say you've got Rod of Discord in 0 or wherever you want it. Make sure that you're holding the Rod of Discord, and then open your inventory, right? And then what you do is you use your cursor, rather than scrolling through the your tool belt or using numbers to hit that. What you do is you use your cursor. So you're manually selecting the weapons and tools that you need on the spot, right? Like, now it's slower. Now let's just get this like straight off the bat, like out of there, right? Like, it's easier to just go 5, 3, 7 and just switch on the fly like that, right? But if you have your inventory open, that means that you have the option and array of like 60 different items. And that's an incredible advantage considering how complex it can all get, you know, like that's why switching armor is quite simple, because if you've got your inventory open, all you have to do is right click on the armor piece that you want switched in and it'll switch them. Right, so the developers didn't intend for the game to be played that way, but it allows for it, and it's actually accidentally better than playing without the inventory open. Because
ONF, what do you think of the Tabi?
what do you mean? The tabby. Like, you want to be using weapons that almost one-shot or one-shot them, right? Like, so you want to have a sniper rifle build, like where all of your
Dashing.
Yeah, because Master Ninja gear is banned, isn't it? And Rod of Discord's banned as well, isn't it? I don't know why you bother play there.
ONF, yes.
You should play with IMOP X. He plays like I used to.
ONF, yes asterisk.
And he's still active. Like you would enjoy playing with him. He can teach you a lot.
ONF, what server is he on?
He's not on a server, bro. We're the dark force, like we're the actual fucking hard cunts of that game, I guess. Like he just showed up, like, and he hated me at the start, eh? He fucking hated me, man. Like everyone, I suppose. But like he came onto this stream to give me shit, and fucking like then he just like never left. Yeah.
ONF, would you say lucky is the best prefix? I'm using 3 stones for regeneration.
No. Yeah. It depends. And you don't use regeneration at all, ever. If you fucking die, you die. But you want all of that in damage. The objective is to kill them first, not heal up. Oh, whoa. Fucking cheap cunt. GG. I thought I had that. Fuck you, Tamango. I'll smash you, dog.
Final round. Fight. You win.
Like, IMOPEX is looking for a new apprentice at the moment.
Or menacing.
Oh, shit. It's alright, relax. Well, critical damage doesn't affect PvP.
Round one. Fight.
So if you're playing the actual game, then lucky. But if you're in PvP, then menacing. Oh fuck. Fucking hell. Such a cunt of a character, eh?
Round two. Fight. Final round. Fight. You lose.
GG. Fuck, I need to take a break. I've been playing fucking non.
This will end your suffering.
it's been a while since I've played Terraria, like 3 months. Feels like a decade ago, or an eon. I think...
This will end your suffering.
ONF. For my armor I'm using Vortex helmet, retreating dress and Vortex leggings.
Yeah.
ONF. I heard you were one of the best.
Yeah, well... I've never met anyone that was better. Put it that way. But that didn't matter. Well, I didn't really care about that. I was more pissed off the fact that people just fucking called me shit, like a hacker and a fucking liar. Like, it was like, why are you fucking being so aggressive about it, man? Like, I'm not lying. Like, yeah. Maybe I'm just not a socially likable guy. Or whatever, I don't know. I just care about, like, improvement rather than fucking adoration. And I think this is important.
This will end your suffering.
Alright, so this is a tutorial that I've been putting together for Street Fighter. But the start of the tutorial is more about mental, like, the shit that you need to understand about games, like, fundamentally, for you to become very good at games. There's a core fucking values that you should know and have, and that's like regarding any game, like, or any field, right? Like, this is how it's done. This is how you get to that top position.
I'll be doing these tutorial videos while I'm live streaming, and that is also running in the background, so there's like a element of live flair to it, I guess. My name is Sash, and I used to be, back in the day, 7 or 8 years ago I think it was, I used to vie for top 10 position in Oceania for jury. And I thought I knew how to play the game back then. I was obviously very wrong. Because I did know how to play 4 pretty well. I did spend a lot of time on it, you know. I was training to go to EVO, so I was serious about it. But then Anonymous attacked PlayStation Online or whatever, and then that went down for 4 months, and then on the return, all juries, points and everything had been cleared across the board, and I was just like, fuck this, I quit.
Just
So I
give
did
it up.
that, because I do usually follow up with what I say, and that's why I'm making this today, because I'm following up with what I said when I started, and that was I would create a tutorial for people that want to play jury when I myself have learnt enough or feel that I've learnt enough to actually teach other people some relatively decent tactics that are different from the general meta. And that's what we're going to be doing. Now, this is going to be Sash's branded jury. I'm going to explain why I do some certain things and why I don't do others. Please be aware that there is a lot in my knowledge that is not there. Like, I will probably look at this video in a year's time and be like, wow, rookie. So let's take it all with a pinch of salt. I am not by any means a gentleman thief jury, which I highly recommend you should check out. So, I think the first thing that we have to do in learning fighting games is we need to build a mental stability, right? Now, there's a few things that you need to know, and these are really, really important, because if you don't take this seriously, you won't get anywhere. That is, number one, don't rage. Like, and I'm not being hypocritical, I'm reformed. I'm a reformed rager. Alright, so if you have trouble raging and you fucking get all salty and shit like that, like, I was the worst. Like, I was fucking shocking, man. So if you think that it's a problem, we can deal with it. I've figured out a few solutions to that. So that is very, very important.
This will end your suffering.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what game you play, from paper, scissors, rock to tic-tac-toe to StarCraft. Like, it's all a 1v1 environment, you know what I mean? So, at all times in these sorts of games, 50% of the community is going to be losing, which generates a lot of salt. And, you know, it's now basically ingrained into the culture. Like, rage and salt is like half the course. Now, you want to cut that out, right? That's not part of your course. You want to get good. You don't want to be ragey. You want to be getting better. And that is really, really, really important. That's why I'm just fucking keep harping on about it, man. Like, you just cannot rage. Like, I still feel, sometimes now, I still feel like I'm gonna fucking start raging, you know? And if that happens, I'll take the dogs for a walk and go and recollect my thoughts and get rid of the negative emotions that have no place with logic. Because of all of the thousands and thousands of battles that I've had over the years or whatever, of all of those losses, which ones matter? None of them. Like, there was no point to raging to any of them. Nothing. It doesn't change anything. It's just an outward burst of reaction that prevents you from thinking, like, properly. Like, if anything, it's also used as a mental tactic by your opponents. Like, if they can just put you on tilt, man, like, they've already won. They don't even have to battle. They just wait for you to cut your own wrists. Shoryuken! KO. Right, you know? So yeah, that's rule number one. Now, I suppose while we're on the subject, we will actually just tackle how to combat salt and rage just straight up. Now, I struggled with it a lot, and I went through all of these procedures in my mind to like try and prevent it and everything like that. It was really hard, you know. Fucking I was really, really sore loser for like quite a while, and you know, my friends started to like, you know, they were like fucking didn't want me to come around there because they would smash me and then I'd get all stroppy about it. I train so much longer and harder. You use fucking OP characters like all that fucking scrubby behavior. Now, like, the first thing you have to get into your mind is nothing else and no one else matters, right? Your job or goal in all of this, you are always fighting yourself. You're never fighting an opponent. Like, you know, of course you're fighting an opponent, but at the deep core heart of it, it doesn't matter if they win or lose. Like, their results are irrelevant, completely irrelevant. Your results are what matters, and your results are against yourself. Like, you want to be doing better than you were doing yesterday. That's all you have to do. Because if you do that consecutively for 365 days in a year, in that entire year, at the end of it, you will be that many times by betters. Right? Like, so just keep at it and focus on yourself. Don't focus on anyone else. Like, you have a look at my blacklist. I don't have one. Right? No data listed. Why? Now, this is very important. Right? This is fucking the core. Like, if you want to become the best at anything, like, you need to know this. Because this is fucking where it starts. This is the bottom line. Right? Like, if there's something out there that you can't handle and you're putting on a blacklist, that's a red flag. Because that means that there's a hole in your ability or mental fortuity or like stability. Like, if someone's putting you on tilt, you need to fix that. If you can't handle playing in lag against someone that keeps playing in lag, you should play them more, because you need to learn how to deal with that. Like, it's all on you. There's no fucking, they didn't win, you lost. And it doesn't matter the circumstance, it doesn't matter how it happened, it doesn't matter if it was someone talking to you, or if it was lag, or if it was like, they dropped their combo, so you then like were surprised and dropped yours. Like, they're all inherent faults on you. Like, it stops with you. There's no one else that's responsible but you. Your win, your loss, your responsibility. As soon as you fucking pick a controller up, you must take responsibility for your losses, regardless of how they happen. Even if someone fucking, if the power goes out, well, you should have paid the power bill. But then if, like, a power line went out, well, you could have had a backup generator running. Like, it's all you. There is no excuse at all that is grand enough on the planet to excuse you from losing. Because you lost. It even says it at the end of this fucking game. You lose. You lose. It doesn't tell you they won. It tells you lost.
This will end your suffering.
And then once you understand that and get that fundamental, like, structure of psyche in your mind, then all of a sudden Soul seems a little bit redundant. Because why would you get salty at someone that doesn't matter? You know? Hey, baby.
Sneaky_Linnet, change your backdrop bro from last night, haha.
number 2, I think, is probably just as important as number 1. You've got to understand why you're playing. Right? Like, what is your goals in this? Like, do you have intention? Are you playing for fun? Are you a casual?
This will end your suffering.
Like, it's important that you really focus on the reason why you're playing. Like, my reasoning right now is to get flash kicked like that. Is to become Oceania's #1 jury. Like, that's my goal. So that's what I'm aiming for. You know what I mean? So what I do in the game and I learn in the game is fundamentally aimed towards that goal. If your goal in all of this is just to have fun, then by all means, like, make sure that you do have fun. Like, if you like the look of a character and you want to play that character, then by all means play that character. But do not select a character and then bitch about weaknesses, because that character selection was your selection, right? Like, the characters don't change. They're already built. That's like selecting a chocolate cake and then complaining that there's no vanilla in it.
This will end your suffering.
You know what I mean? So yeah, no complaining about your choice, right? Like, see this, we haven't even gotten into the game yet. This is all just mental preparation, like the mental conditioning you need to have to play competitive fighting games. Otherwise you'll just end up like that faggot, no faggot tier, like low god faggot, whatever his name is. Dickhead. Imagine being known in your community for being a faggot. Don't do that. Like, you know, not to bring into, like, I don't know, bring any names up or whatever, but fucking like Red Gambit is known for bitching about how like jury fucking fails in some areas. And it's like, bro, you fucking selected that character, like, you can't just like select something and then complain about it. It's like,
This will end your suffering.
you know, it doesn't work like that, mate. Right, I'm just using that as an example. So, you know, and to get past that, like, to get into the Grandmasters and the fucking Warlords and be like the top tier, these are all mental barriers that people set up for themselves, and they've fucking lost the war before it's even begun. Like, if you are playing the game to win the game, then your best bet is to study all of the characters, figure out which one is the most potent in the current meta, and use that character, and then abuse like, you know, easy cheap tactics that they've got, or like, you know, all their strengths, like, you know, you fucking just
Status
rock
Avenger,
stomp with a
La Red
sledgehammer.
Gambit.
That's the definition of playing to win. Now, so if you scrub out, see, I'm scrubbing out by playing jury, but kind of, like, we'll get to that in a bit. it made it like the true definition of a scrub, like, is someone that prevents themselves from reaching that next level of play by adhering to their own mental construction of rule sets that they think the game should be played by. When realistically, if the move is in the game, it's legitimate. And you can do that move 20 times in a row if you wish, or not at all. Right, that is how this game is played. So if someone grabs you 5 times in a row, like, there's nothing to make from that. Like, don't you know how to use any other moves? Like, or don't you know how to stop that one move? Look, it doesn't matter what argument you bring up for it. It's like, yes, but you should be able to counter it, especially if it's getting like exposed over and over and over and over again. Like, you've got to understand that if someone finds a weakness of yours, or if they see that you don't do something, like, they're going to exploit it. They're not just going to be like, oh, that guy never techs my throws, I'm not going to throw. You know what I mean?
Just cue it up.
So if someone is exploiting a weakness of yours, I highly recommend that you verse them a lot, because it's the fastest way to patch that hole. Now, if you have a look here, look at this, I've got a 27.25% win rate in Battle Lounge. Now you might be like, that's terrible, like, but realistically, see, Battle Lounge here, like, these are the 2 statistics that I get to choose who I verse, right? So my choice of players that I verse are vastly superior to myself. I mean, I've versed a few noobs in Battle Lounge, and that probably makes up 10% of those wins. So if you knock that out of the equation, we're looking at maybe a 17% win rate against people that are vastly superior to myself. And they were hard-fought wins. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you verse people that are much more skilled than you are, then you're going to catch up to them much faster than if you're already beating someone. Like, if you're just beating someone that's below your level, your ability increase is very minuscule because you're not being put under stressful conditions and being forced to think in different ways. Like, you become very autopilot. You know, jump in, heavy punch, medium, SRK, jump over, and then repeat, rinse, repeat. A good example of that is SkyBM, if you've ever played him online. It's just a fundamental mix-up of maybe 4 strings that he's got, and he just shuffles between those. He's like, which one? We're going to play this paper, scissors, rock game today, like, and we're going to play this one. But once you understand, like, his little game, like, it's not very good. And I think that's why he never runs it back, because people download his little game in their mind pretty quickly, especially when you play consecutive rounds against him. Now, if you're putting barriers, see, like, this is what I mean, like, this is exposing mental barriers that you will yourself create to hinder you, even though you think that it helps. Like, now he will prevent running back all of his games to prevent people from downloading him, when realistically he should be focusing on improvement and trying to get more time on gaming, like, you know, in game. Like, see, his focus is wrong. Like, prevention is not what you want to be aiming for. You want to be aiming for expansion and development, not prevention and like refusal or like blocking. See, the more people that download you and your style and the way you play, the better, because it forces you to become even more adaptive and more mix-up. Like, because if people can read you and then you can identify the fact that they're reading you,
This will end your
what's happening
suffering.
there is they're not reading you at all. You're becoming predictable. So you need to fucking switch that shit up, son. You know? Like, the hardest thing about this is you have to completely get rid of whoever you're versing out of the picture. They don't matter. It's you. You're becoming too readable. They're not people can't read minds. They're not mind readers. We don't just log into Street Fighter and fucking go Xavier. You know? What happens is people understand patterns and then they watch you play and then they start to understand your patterns and your behaviors and then they predict from previous data that they've extrapolated from your battles, they predict what you are going to do next. They're not reading you. It's an illusion. Right? Big illusion. That's a big point. Like, you are becoming too predictable. Get that in your fucking head. No one is a mind reader. Like, I don't care who you think you are. Mr. John Faggot that speaks to the dead. No. Sorry. Otherwise you would be hired by fucking international agencies and they would fucking have you speaking to everyone in the fucking past. I mean, who wouldn't want to fucking ring up
This will end
Aristotle?
your
Let's be
suffering.
honest. So, alright, now, for the third, I think that's 2 points that we've made today, or 3. The third and final point that I'm going to make about mental stability and focus and sharpness of mind and like anti-soul raginess, like playing like a proper player in a more professional manner at the start of every game. Good luck, have fun, opponent's name, right? You don't have to mean it, you just have to say it, right? Like, you don't have to mean it, you can just say it, just make it a fucking staple of every start of every game. Good luck, have fun, only devil, or good luck, have fun, I. Good luck, have fun, faggot, Ryu, faggot. Like, you know, make a joke out of it. Well, good luck, have fun at the start of every round, and then at the end of the game, every game, you say, good game. And if it was a good game, that was a good game, you say, good game, well played. And if you played shit, be like, fucking good game, but I was shit, or whatever. But you have to say, good game. It is fundamental key to cutting the salt and rage out. Because if you put those two things in the start and the back of the battle, then, because that's where the rage happens. It's either at the very, very start of the battle or at the very, very end, right at those end bits. Like that's the heat. It's like fucking these two heated bits. So what you have to do is overlay niceties on top of those heat, like areas. Because it forces your brain to break from whatever unconstructive thought that it was happening to then, you know, speak. Like, it changes the geographic location of the electricity in your mind, son. Because it's forced to do a different task all of a sudden, and it really cuts the soul. Gone. Good luck, have fun, and good game. That's why I've got this. Now, we've also got a list down here, and that's all the rage quitters that I'm going to encounter over my time. Now, hopefully you do not end up on my list, do you? No. Because once you're on that list, you're staying there, son. And I suppose that will conclude my first video for my tutorial on Sash's
This will end your suffering.
fucking mental game, I guess. Like, you want to become the best? This is fucking how you do it. I mean, believe me or not, it doesn't matter what you think, because, like I said, you know, my results are all that matter to me, and that's all that should matter to you is your results, right? Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Like, you might as well give up if you're gonna do that. Why don't you just compare yourself to Dago or fucking Taquito? Like, you might as well just go and get depressed and fucking go back to bed. Like, always compare yourself with yourself. Never compare yourself with others, and use other people as an inspiration rather than competition. You know, look at what they've done, what they've achieved, because they're just like you and me, man. We're all normal fucking shit cunts. We're all just rookies, all of us. It's just some people are less rookie. That's all it is. And the reason they're less rookie is because they invested more time into not being so rookie. And yeah. So, I hope that helps you with your anti-saltiness, because I was the worst. Now I don't rage at all, ever. And I don't think I ever will, ever again. It took me quite a long time to figure all of that out, you know, in my mind. It was a staged progression. But it is the key fundamental fact and baseline of becoming a top player in any game or any field is logic must persist over emotion. Never let your emotions take grip of your logic, because it never ends out good. You all know that. We all know that. So, happy gaming. Good luck, have fun.